Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. William Shakespeare. When does this not apply? Arriving at your date's house to pick her up. Yeah, you might cock-block someone else. Beautiful. Username checks out. Better to get thirsty firsts than sloppy seconds. When you're a suicide bomber. Man, I can't believe we have to drive all the way to San Francisco. Arriving for your doctor's APT. Those waiting rooms are a cesspool. If your doctors are anything like mine, then turning up 1 minute late means you miss the appointment, and 3 hours early means the appointment will be 3 hours late. You can't win. This is one reason I pay a little extra for a plan that lets me keep using the same doc I've had for about 10 years. Your appointment is always on time. Once you go to the exam room, the doctor is prompt. I don't know that I've ever waited more than 5 minutes past my scheduled appointment to be seen. Also helps that my doc seems to not only do his job as a job, but really geeks out about it. Always wants to know about things my family is dealing with to better adjust my care. Sadly, he's getting quite old now, and I fear I'll have to find someone else within the next few years. Why do you have to pay extra to visit the same doctor? Where do you actually live that you have to do such things? Maybe I'm just confused here, but in Germany we are allowed to go to any doctor we like and may visit him/her anytime, financed by insurance, with an appointment and without, but without your chance is lower to be picked fast, and some waiting time should be expected, but usually you will get to the doctor. Cooking, when you're taking things out of the oven or off the stovetop. Other than roasts and barbecue, I can't think of anything that wouldn't just be a pile of ingredients at the 3 hours early mark. Deconstructed. Next level deconstructed. Just eat the meat off the pig while it's still alive. Eat the vegetables while still in the dirt. Wedding. Or a party. Being early at a party is the worst thing that can happen to you. Very well, I'll wait to the bar. Sir, it is not settled yet. Exactly. If the person says 8 p.m., it's better to be there at 8:35 p.m., even 9 p.m. If it's a big party, of course. It's really a cultural and situational thing though. Some cultures expect you to show up exactly on time, others expect 2 hours late. And a child's birthday party is different than an adult party. There is no one right answer. I once walked into a house party in college exactly at 9 o'clock, which was the start time. The girls who lived there still had their hair in rollers and looked at me like I was an absolute moron. I just watched TV and the next person go there maybe 30 minutes later. One of my friends called me 10 minutes after the official start time because he was sincerely concerned something was wrong. No one else was there yet, but I hadn't shown up my classic too early, exactly on time, for the party. Turns out he told me it was on Saturday and I had inferred the party was 1 week later than it was. Okay, but this doesn't make sense. If you have a start time, you don't expect everyone to be there at that time, but some people are going to show up. Usually it's the closest friends that show up on time. I decide how late I want to be depending entirely on if I can sit in a room with the host alone and it not be weird. I used to host regular board game nights. I had a couple friends who would always show up an hour or two past when I told them the start time was, so one time I told them an hour earlier than everyone else and they arrived right on time. They were offended that they had unintentionally arrived at the same time as everyone else. Subsequent attempts to get them to arrive on time were less optimal. Bunch of weirdos. Coming. Hey baby, I can't wait to see you tonight. HHHHHHNNNG. I'm so sorry, this never usually happens to me. Just in my pants. This really never happens, you can take my word. If a dentist administered Novocaine 3 hours too soon before drilling a tooth, the patient would feel extraordinary pain. The sedation doesn't work with me, so yeah, believe me when I say it is not pleasant. Not the worst pain I've felt, but not pleasant either. For 99.9% of the people, not pleasant is really an understatement. Personally, My heart accelerates so fast I couldn't believe it. It barely touched me. My grandma never got Novocaine after the first time. She hated the numbness afterward, so she just sucked it up. Still has all her teeth at 94. Unless you're me and always request that no painkillers be used. I may also be too tired to react to much of life. Death. I came here to find this answer. However, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the 1 minute too late part. Too late for death? Like death is going to be standing there looking like a disappointed mother wondering where in the hell you been for a whole damn minute. You could have been kidnapped, or worse, you could have been dead. When you're faced with the decision to put down a sick pet, you'll hang on to any hope they'll pull through, but by the time you come to the realization yourself that it's for the best they're worse than before and have suffered longer. You died. Without me. How dare you? Maybe I get decapitated? Or drowned in acid? Would like death to be punctual for that one. That's what I was thinking. If my body is mangled, I don't want to live another minute in complete agony waiting for death. I don't know if 3 hours is worth that kind of misery and pain. Maybe if I died 3 hours early I would have gone peacefully in bed. Maybe on the year of your death the Grim Reaper visits you and tells you the exact date and time of your death, and in this scenario you die a minute later than what he said. I'd rather arrive late to my funeral.